Your growth will always require endings. And oftentimes I feel we as humans, we that's where we fail because we don't typically want to let go of the people that we love. We be wanting to keep them around. Like because they feed our ego. And sometimes it's not even that they are necessarily bad people in our life, and that's the reason why we have to let them go. Most of the times we have to let people go because they are holding us back from our purpose in life and what God is calling us to be. It could just be that we get so comfortable with the people that we have around us and that they get comfortable with us oftentimes as well, and it gets to a point to where they are feeding our dysfunction to where it is hindering you from growing because they are stuck in where they are, and because you're trying to elevate in life, you're never going to be able to really reach your full potential with certain people around you, especially if they're not elevating in life with you, because they're going to continue to feed your dysfunction and not hold you accountable. What are you going to do? How are you going to fulfill your purpose, and you keep telling yourself you're going to be better and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and yet the people around you can't even hold you accountable? How are you going to get anywhere and succeed in life when you can't you can't let go? Life is all about letting go. You came into this world, your mother gave birth to you. Everybody have a mother. Everybody came into this world alone. I understand we say that saying a lot, but I kind of think it goes over everyone's head because it's contentment. Everybody gets content. You end up falling into a flow. You end up feeling like these people are really there for you. In reality, they are comfortable with life. And when you are comfortable with life, like you feel like nothing around you has to change as well. And that's kind of how people view you. So you have to be the strong one, and you have to cut the ties, even if it's hard, even if it's family, even if it's somebody that you grew up with. I'm not saying they're less than you, but when you're trying to elevate and you trying to get to places and grow, oftentimes shedding is what comes with growing. Shedding is what comes with actively searching and walking into your purpose and your divine energy. Delayed endings can prolong dysfunction. When you know that someone isn't supposed to be around you, the first instance that you feel it, the first gut feeling that you feel, oh, this is not going to work, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whatever the case may be, even if it's your job, if you get that feeling and you just like, this not right, I'm not supposed to be here, or I'm not supposed to be doing this. Delayed endings create prolonged dysfunctions. You will find yourself oftentimes in situations that you had no business being in. This can pertain to you having a relationship with somebody. This can pertain to work life. This can be a friendship. It could be anything, because the moment you get those gut feelings, because we oftentimes want to play like we don't know from the jump what's going on or how we feel about a situation. Like that's where we're flawed at. You're never going to be able to grow. You're never going to be able to overcome certain situations. You're going to repeat a cycle. You just going to find yourself doing the same stuff with different people, same thing with a different job, same. It's gonna repeat, and you're gonna be like, God, why am I continually running into this situation? And you're running into the situation because you're not learning the lesson that you need to be learning. You need to cut those ties, cut those things out of your life. The moment you feel a shift in your spirit, the moment you feel like this no longer serves me, or this is not rooted in purpose where I'm supposed to be, if you get around this person and you feel like, dang, they a little shady, if you got a question, oh, I don't know how this feel, like, dang, I get unsettled, or you just feel like I gotta watch when I'm around, they ain't even supposed to be in your life. If you know when you meet this man, he cool and all, but I don't see myself being with him. Why are you entertaining it? If you sitting here too busy you're sitting here actively asking and praying God for a man, for a husband, and yet you're out here entertaining other people and wasting their time and keeping them from who God is trying to align them with, because you in a way. All because you want to feed your ego, your selfish need, because you're bored. And then boom, you do that. Now months later down the line, you tied up and intertwined into a situationship that you wasn't even supposed to be in. Now your feelings hurt. Now you done fell in love with somebody that you wasn't even originally interested in, and you don't really like them, but because y'all created and slept together, y'all create soul tie because you ain't no busy fucking a nigga. Or if you somewhere and you out and you know and you're feeling like, dang, this don't feel right. I shouldn't have been here. I should go home. Follow your instinct. Go home. What are you doing there? Boom, a fight break out, some shootings go on, and then boom, you done got shot, and now you dead, and you done left your kids at home. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain situations that God does not ordain, or God is not meant for us to be in, but we put ourselves in those predicaments because we refuse to cut ties when we first are supposed to. I think it's so funny because every ending is not a loss. And I feel like oftentimes people get wrapped up into feeling like just because something ended, it means that you lost. It means that something was taken from you. It's like, oh my God, like why did this happen to me? When if you change your mindset and understand and look at things in the perspective in the lens of it's not that it ended in a bad way. That's preparation. It needed to end. You can't get further in life without things ending. That's how the cycle of life works. Before you get something new, before something actually grows, before you get a winning season, you have to lose. It is inevitable. Every winner has lost. If you look at the statistics, every successful person has took a loss. You are not going to win if you feel like every loss is so devastating that you can't get over. You're going to continue to lose. You're going to continue to feel how you feel, and you're never going to be able to strive into better. Oftentimes, most people give up right before they are about to win. You be sitting there doing it, and you just like, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. And then you like, I don't even want to try. I don't even want to try. I done lost two times. I'm done with it. Like, that don't work. You didn't even do what you're supposed to do. You didn't even go back and take your time to look at where you went wrong at and correct your mistakes to do it again. And most of the times when something is ending, it's because it's fulfilled its purpose. It's no needs. Like, things come and go. Everything is for a season. That's why you are supposed to train yourself to enjoy the moment, enjoy the time being, enjoy why everything is happening, because it's not a guarantee it's going to be there tomorrow. Every ending is not an ending. It can be preparation for what's to come. Dead strategies can't carry new versions of you. And I feel like oftentimes we will try to do something, and what worked in the past or what worked for somebody else, we will try to mimic and wonder why we're not succeeding in life, wondering why this is not working out for me. It's not working out for you because it wasn't meant for you. It wasn't called for you. What delivered you won't always develop you. And when I say that is, just because you tried one way, I could have tried something last year and it worked for me and it hit, and then I double back and try something, that same thing this year, and it does not pan out, and I'm sitting here getting frustrated now. I'm ready to quit because nothing has changed. And that is the exact reason why it's not working, because nothing has changed. Your strategy is the same. Your mindset is the same. How you approach a situation is the same. You're steady telling yourself you're going to do better, get better. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. But your strategy is still the same. You still operate with the same mindset. You still talk the same way you talked yesterday. How are you ever going to succeed and you're still using the same strategy and never growing in the area that you are claiming to try to gain access to? When you are leveling up, God will not use old lessons that he used to get you to where you at to take you into a new season. If you think about it as a game, life is literally a game. If you think about it just like that, every time you pass a level in a game, when you're playing a game, what you used on the last mission is not going to work on the next mission. You have to learn how to adjust, how to level up, how to take the tools that God already gave you to go ahead and help you with the next situation. I feel like oftentimes that's where people fail, because you get so comfortable, you get so content in doing things the old way because it always worked, and for some reason it's not working. Now you're frustrated. Now you irritated. Now you ready to give up. Now you battling with depression, anxiety, and now you got all these reasons on now why you can't level up, instead of just trying something different, instead of just getting up one day and being like, you know what, this is not working. I'm tired of living like this. Let me shift my focus. Let me shift my mind. Let me shift how I walk. I'm sitting here, I'm late to work every day, but yet I want a promotion. I can't rely on what worked before if I want God to fulfill his promises that I asked for in the next season of my life. What you call rejection is really projection. I often feel like people will get around you and make you feel like you're rejected. You're not rejected from nothing. You can't go here. You're not rejected from it. The doors is closing. You sitting here knocking. You trying to force your way in your seat at a table. It's not going to work. And you're feeling defeated because you're constantly getting rejected. The door is constantly shutting on your face. But what do they say? Oftentimes rejection is protection. And it's like, oftentimes we have to understand, people don't reject you. They reject what they can't handle. So it's not the fact that they're rejecting who you are or you. It's the fact that you come with so much, you offer so much. When you get that seat at the table, they don't want to just give it to you because you might outshine them. You might make them look like they ain't supposed to be where they are. So you have to understand, not everybody is eager to open that door for you, even if they're sitting there smiling. Rejection is often protection. Y'all think I'm playing. That is real. If you can't handle rejection, you'll mishandle destiny. You'll mishandle everything God is trying to give you, because no matter what in life, you're going to get rejected.